Ooh. All right.
I'm really feeling the Halloween vibes right now, baby.
Y'all are all in costumes. I didn't get the costume memo.
We didn't have a memo. I think we just realized that today was going to be...
I luckily just had this in my car. I saw Zane was dressed up like me. So,
so my costume... It was 5 minutes before you showed up. I was like, oh my God, this is the Halloween episode. And I don't have anything. And I didn't want to be... I don't know. But I figured, no one's coming dressed up, because we would have talked about it. I was like, I'm gonna dress like a hunter,
okay?
Because this is what I have in my closet.
You're a terrible hunter because you ain't even wearing camo.
I had a camo hoodie, but it looked too normal. It looked like an outfit I would wear. I would never wear this.
Yeah.
So I decided to go with this.
you would never wear that?
I would never wear this.
When
have I ever worn this?
What's wrong?
No, I would never wear this fucking embarrassing outfit.
You look like a country boy who does OnlyFans and just baits people by chopping up wood on TikTok Live.
I look like somebody, but I just cannot put my tongue on. Look,
Duck Dynasty.
I don't know. It's something. It's somebody that posts right now. They post shit. Maybe TikTok.
The 3 TikTok guys. The country boy trio that lip syncs.
Who dates Kristen Cavallari?
Yeah,
they break up.
Oh, Kristen, that's me. That's me.
Yeah, you're baiting for Kristen Cavallari.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Kristen Cavallari.
You're so country. I love it. That's my Kristen Cavallari impression. But yes, for the people who are listening, Zane is in full
it's normal. Honestly, it's nothing. It's nothing to brag about.
I honestly like the boots a lot.
You do. You know, this brand is called Hunter. Because I was looking at it and I saw the brand. I was like, oh, no way. These are waterproof.
Yeah.
So in case I laugh or cry this episode, it'll bounce right off the
Or
boots.
just all this sweat.
Yeah, or just sweat, anything.
Just stays inside.
And for Mariah, I just want to get to her because I don't know how long this situation.
I just found whatever's laying in my closet.
And I'm not going to lie.
Should I talk to my eye?
That's a really good Michael Myers mask.
Spirit Halloween.
That was from Spirit?
Yeah.
And they charge you that much for it? I thought that's just cheap.
That's Michael Myers after many of the franchises. The first one, it's his first day. It's all clean cut. It's it's white. It's bleached out. Yeah. And then now
they do have every stage though, different quality levels.
Yeah,
and
that's
everything.
that's the latest stage though.
Limited edition.
Limited edition. That's Halloween Kills costume.
When Mariah first got here, she didn't have the mask on and she was just wearing the Dickies jumpsuit. And I was like, oh, okay.
And she also had the white streaks. Show it off.
Okay, take this off now?
Yeah, you can take it off.
Why did Michael Myers wear a jumpsuit? Was he
Was he a mechanic?
Michael Tires?
You know what? I don't know why. Was it one jumpsuit? It was a whole jumpsuit, or was
it
a
painter's jumpsuit?
It was this a mechanic's jumpsuit.
When did he get the chance to pee?
I really like the white streaks.
You do? I feel like JWoww.
It really.
I'm the sweetest bitch.
No, Mariah, it really fits you. I think you should actually do white streaks in your hair.
It's given who's it? Storm from X-Men.
No, Rogue.
Yeah.
Rogue. That's who it is.
That's the first person I thought of when I saw that too. But
good.
Does JWoww?
Thank you.
I just bit my tongue.
I bit my lip the other day when I was eating, and I have a
Zane, you should do that more often.
I have a crazy hole in my lip.
It's the worst. It's the worst when you bite your tongue, your lip, mid talking to somebody, at a party. You're
Did you just bite your?
No, I'm fine.
And then you do that.
And then you wake up
blood.
You wake up the next morning and it's a sore, and you're just like, shit.
Yeah, I've also been eating a bunch of sour candy lately, so my tongue is
getting
all
into the
messed
Halloween
up.
goodies for.
Speaking of candy,
yeah. Remember when I said, do people dress up as Santa or other
yes
holidays for Halloween? I kind of got inspired, and when I saw this, I was like, I have to.
That's a good buddy. The elf.
Really well. With the hat looks really good, but it was just
stolen.
Yeah.
Stolen.
But yeah, it turned out really nice. I'm excited.
And I honestly appreciate Christmas costumes during Halloween. It makes sense. But just zombify it. Zombie Santa Claus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or Santa Claus that steals all the presents.
Bad Santa.
The Grinch.
Krampus.
What a great movie, by the way.
I know. I love
good
Krampus.
Christmas horror movie.
Should we talk about Christmas this episode?
Yes.
Yeah.
Just Christmas.
That one Christmas movie, Deck the Halls.
I love Deck the Halls.
It's called Deck the Halls, right?
Is that the one with Arnold
That's when they
Schwartz?
fight over who can make the better house.
Oh no, that's an amazing movie. What's the murder one? Like
Better watch out.
No,
Black
it's like
Christmas.
It's really new.
Oh, Silent Night.
Violent
Night.
I love that.
I never get it. I never get it.
David Harbour. That's right.
That was one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
So fun.
And for me, I'm just wearing a Halloween Town sweater.
It's cute. Matt, I saw you post that yesterday. I was like, oh, he's for sure wearing this tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I knew
it's
that.
so cozy and great.
Where did you find that?
Saw it first.
This is like one of those ones that are like, there's 100 different versions on Etsy.
Okay.
One person makes a really cool design and then like everyone steals it and it's just printed
So is that the stolen one or the original one that someone made?
I don't know. I bought whatever one was the fastest shipping.
Do you buy a lot from Etsy?
No, not that much. I guess if it's one of these type of like quick design shirts.
Honestly,
sure.
they have really cool stuff on Etsy.
Do they?
The wall clock that we have, the mid-century like starburst one that's on our fireplace.
Oh, yes.
That was a homemade one from some guy that makes stuff for Etsy out of like Sweden or something.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But they do like really homemade, like cool
antiques. Like you can get some good finds on Etsy.
Yeah, a lot of people have great Etsy pages. You should check it out.
It's like a more refined
and a lot of people like
marketplace.
do their own things. Like they sell their own products. It's a cool like storefront where you can sell goods that you make.
Have you been to Halloween Town?
Like the actual one where they shot the movie?
Yeah.
Where is it? Is it in Canada or is it in California?
I thought
or
it
is
was
the
Oregon.
Oh, it's in Oregon. Oh, yes, it is in Oregon, but it's not on the coast. It's in St. Helens. That's right.
But it looks just like the movie. I like how they take pride in it.
Yes, but I know that like on Halloween, the entire cast from the movie is there.
Oh, cool.
Wait, really?
And for Hocus Pocus in Salem, the whole cast of Hocus Pocus, or at least like the kid Max and the girl and everyone else besides, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Wow, it's like Jersey Shore going back to Jersey Shore every year for the summer. Wow.
Remember where you came from.
Do you think if you were like a child star and you were just known for that one movie, like you would have to go do
I think if it was once a year, you go back and just like enjoy that for what it is. It's like a classic that everybody knows.
Yeah. But like, so you're probably asked the same questions about a movie that you filmed for
that you probably don't remember.
3 months when you were like 10. You're like, oh yeah, I remember this.
Oh wait, I thought you just go, or like you gotta work.
Oh, they're doing paid meet and greets and all of that, and they're probably lighting the pumpkin and greeting everybody there.
If I was in that position, I would look forward to it. I would think it's so cool.
In Halloween Town, the main girl.
The older one or the younger one?
The younger, like the daughter who's like the oldest of the daughters, and she learns that she's a witch. Yes. Marnie.
Yeah.
I think it's in Halloween Town too. She ends up marrying like Calabar, like the young Calabar. Like in real life, they're married.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah. They like,
you know what? I remember seeing something about that. Like, I feel like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Like someone posted something. Yeah.
They're married.
That's cute. Obviously the grandma has passed, right?
Debbie Fisher.
Yeah.
Yes. Or Debbie Reynolds.
Debbie Reynolds, whose daughter was Carrie Fisher, who was Princess Leia. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Man, R.I. motherfucking
I used to dance
legend.
at Debbie Reynolds' dance studio.
Oh,
you
did
danced
you?
at her studio?
Yeah.
She's singing in the rain. Just sing. Or good morning.
Beautiful. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, we got to run that intro.
The intro.
Let's go, baby.
It's coffee time, baby. Boo.
Yeah,
like that,
baby.
Are we laughing at me or Mariah?
It's all right. You'll get
Next
one.
time.
I'll get it
next time.
All right, welcome back to Zane and Heath Unfiltered edition. I'm Zane.
I'm Heath.
I'm Matt.
I'm Mariah. I'm Micah Moyes.
There you go. Is everyone excited for Halloween? What are we doing?
I won't be here for Halloween, but I'm gonna be in Dallas because I have a wedding that weekend, and I'm gonna be with just some friends. But I'm going to some parties. I think so. But leading up to it, you know how it becomes like Hallow Week more than like Halloween.
Are you doing the same costume as you do the other years with Patty?
No, we're doing another Wes Anderson one. Like Moonrise Kingdom.
Oh, do you like to stick with like anything Wes Anderson related?
I like those costumes, one, because I just love the movies, and I like thinking that I'd be the only person at the party in that costume.
Yeah.
Like you show up to a party and like
everybody is like the same.
Yeah.
Everybody's Michael Myers.
There's going to be probably like 6 Chapel Roans, like a party. Like everyone's going to be like,
I feel like this is the first year where everyone's really dressing up as like trending celebrities.
Pop star. I think because they have very like distinctive looks for all of them.
I feel like we didn't get that for like a good amount of time. Usually people were like characters from shows or cartoons or
So that's what we'll be doing. What are you planning on doing?
Did I mention already what I was gonna do? I was gonna do prosthetics.
Yeah, you're doing the goat.
Yeah, the goat. So that's gonna. I just had it on yesterday, and it was fun. It was really easy, right? It was not like the Night King costume that I did a few years ago. Like it was just the nose, but that glue. Like I'm gonna have to take it off at night. You can't just like go to sleep in it. You have to remove it with like oil, and it takes like 30 minutes to remove that all off your face.
Spirit gum? Is that what it is?
It's spirit. It's
like the legit stuff that like makeup artists use for like movies and like
prosthetics,
full blown face prosthetics. You can't just like rip the stuff off. You have to like remove it properly.
It's on there pretty
good. Take off. It leaves like a really. It's not like glue, but it's like a
film.
Yeah, it leaves like residue. A film on you that you have to remove with like a certain like acetone type thing.
Gosh, can you imagine like being signed up for a movie and you have to do that
5 hours of makeup?
I think it was
think of the Grinch.
Like the Grinch.
Jim Carrey. He had to get trained by like a Navy SEAL or like a military expert who understood how to withstand torture and all of that, and like mentally get him in a good place to like
be able to sit there for that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I start getting really frustrated when my haircut goes over like 30 minutes and I'm just in the chair and I'm just like, this is crazy.
I love haircut. Dude, to me, it's like a massage. Not a massage, but like someone touching my hair for some reason. I fall asleep every time I get my haircut.
Really? No, my back my back just starts hurting sitting in the chair, and then I need to like stretch my legs out.
Yeah.
Then you got to do small talk.
It's the same small talk. How are you doing? Were you on a trip? Oh, you were talking about going on a trip. But we both know that it shouldn't go over at least 5-10 minutes. After 5-10 minutes, it's silence. Yeah.
No, it'll be the small talk, and then it'll die out and then get quiet, and then like 5 minutes later. So, you got any plans this weekend?
Yeah. No, never. No. It would be something specific to like in the moment. It would never be like she's trying to think of another question and then a question will be asked. It's just very. But I think she just knows too not to.
Yeah,
she loves my like.
I will like talk about movies with like my barber or whatever, and then he'll like recommend one to me, and then like I book an appointment. I'm like, shit, I didn't watch that movie. He told me to, so then I'm like cramming in like the movie to like please him, so we have something.
You're watching it in the chair. On your phone, like,
so that's good. That's what I do with my stretch therapist who stretches me. We talk about movies every time we're stretching. She's like, she has my leg behind my head, just like the most awkward position, just like this. Just like
the Substance?
She's like, oh my, yeah, exactly. I was like,
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our sponsor of this podcast, Zocdoc.
Being an adult has its high points. Like you can eat ice cream for dinner at any time or walk around your house with your underwears on only, you know? But it's not all fun. You also have to do your taxes and figure out what's for dinner every night. Make doctor appointments, and for that one, there is Zocdoc, the healthcare app that makes adulting that much easier.
Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality, in-network doctors, choose the right one for your needs, and click instantly and book an appointment.
We're talking about in-network appointments with more than 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health, eye care to skincare, and much more.
And you can filter for doctors who take your insurance, who are located nearby, and who are a good fit for any medical need you may have, and who are highly rated by verified patients.
You can also see their actual appointment openings. Choose a time that works for you and click to instantly book a visit.
Plus, Zocdoc appointments happen fast, typically within just 24 to 72 hours of booking, and you can even score same-day appointments.
Honestly, Zocdoc comes in clutch when you're like on vacation, you're away from your primary. It's just like a great way to really figure it out when you are on the go.
Absolutely, and I love the fact that it tells me what appointment I'm missing or due for. Everything is right there on the app, and you can see that you haven't had a checkup in a year or you're due for a dentist appointment. It makes it so easy to see everything all in one place.
Exactly. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to Zocdoc.com/Zane and Heath to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/Zane and Heath.
One more time so you don't forget, Zocdoc.com/Zane and Heath. Thank you, Zocdoc, for sponsoring today's episode. We love you.
Did y'all have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was pretty wholesome. I would say.
Actually,
where were you?
Oh no. I had a night for sure. Yes.
We both had a pretty bad night.
I don't remember what we did this weekend. Oh, okay.
You said wholesome.
Yeah, it was a great weekend. Can't really complain.
It was wholesome.
Wholesome.
Oh, they were filling holes.
Oh, yeah, we were feeling electricity for sure.
Sparks were flying.
So we decided to do like a haunted house like experience thing called the 17th Door.
You went to that?
Yeah, so we went to that. Oh my God,
Matt,
you have no idea.
So we're gonna just skip just all the bullshit. It was in like Buena Park. It was like in the middle of the mall, like underground.
Very intense, torture kind of like whatever.
It shouldn't even be labeled as a haunted house.
Like they have real tarantulas. I know that there's like things that can actually shock you.
They suffocate you. They vacuum seal you.
They
to
cut
a
your
wall.
hair.
They cut your
There's
hair.
cockroaches.
They put you up against the wall and they put like this tarp in front of you and then they suck all the air out and you're stuck like this and you can't breathe. It's like
they line you up against the wall and they shoot you with rubber bullets.
They bag you and then they shoot you.
I don't know if it's rubber. It's like balls that are this bad. I don't know how heavy they are or like how much
you
they
will
hurt.
leave with
But
like bruises, welts. Like the warnings on the walls are insane.
Okay, so you guys get
very
there,
intense.
you sign a release.
Okay, so
and you have to work. It's called the 17th Door.
There's 17 rooms you go through. It's like a 30-something minute experience.
And is the challenge to make it to the 17th? Do most people make it to the 17th?
So if you walk into a room, you can say mercy if you don't want to do anything, and you don't have to, and you still continue to the next room. So I think no matter what, you go through everything, but you don't have to participate.
All right.
But it does give McKinney Manor.
Yes. Very, very McKinney Manor.
Who did
Mariah,
we go with?
I would love for you to tell him exactly what happened from your own perspective.
Oh, really?
So, okay, just to give you and the viewers, we did talk about like super in-depth, like the before, the after, the whole experience on basically Unfiltered. So we'll kind of make it like brief just so like people aren't like rehearing things over and over again. But we went with them to film for a Patreon vlog.
Okay.
So that's why we did this whole thing. It was set up. We got like permission to film in there and everything ready to go. We were the first ones there to have the extra time to be able to film and stuff.
Yeah, because there's going to be people right after us, so it was like kind of go time. Like, like they showed Cal all the rooms to be exactly where he needs to be standing to film. And then while they're doing that, we were pretty much checking in to get ready.
And just so you know, it's underneath the Buena Park Mall.
Oh,
So
you're underground.
You go outside, and then there's like this whole level that they built out, and you like walk through like probably a football field long hallway with like lights flickering, and it's like done up, and it looks insane just to even get to like the waiting room to like sign in and then go into the rooms.
Does it get scarier and scarier and scarier, or is it you never know what you're gonna get?
So we'll start at the beginning. Go ahead, Bubba, from your experience.
All right. So we get there. We go basically to this lobby area where they check you in and they say, all right, you guys are here to film. Sounds good. If you can go step over and sign the waivers on that table. Sure. So we walk over to sign the waivers. And now on the walls and in the contract, you can see disclaimers and warnings, and they have a list of things. They have like suffocation,
no breathing.
This is my last.
They mention things like electrical shocks, strobe lights, claustrophobia. They do prepare you, but
we don't
know to what extent.
And
but they do have warnings.
We would ask questions like, it'll say like the claustrophobia thing, like, and if you would like ask a question to like go in detail, like to like be like, I need to know exactly what is going to happen in there before I say yes to it. They don't tell you.
They just go, it's not bad. It's fun. You guys are going to have fun.
They brushed everything off, and I'm like.
So we go over to the desk, and Heath's pen hits the contract to sign.
I'm like filling out like my name. I'm getting ready to
So we're
like
still basically reading the contract. We're just making sure everything's good to go. We're signing. And all of a sudden, Heath gets tased in the ass.
In my butt. Like there was a big dude in like makeup, like all done up, came up behind me with a legit taser.
What?
Walked up behind me and went boom and like
in
lifted
the butt.
me off the ground. Like
so Heath starts reacting, and Zane and Alicia were looking at him and seeing that Cal was filming, so they were like, "Oh, I think he's playing it up for the camera."
There's no way that
he got
shocked.
tased.
Yeah.
Like maybe it's just the sound of a taser and he's just reacting. I thought the same thing until I looked at Heath's face, and I can read him like a book, and I'm like, "Oh, that actually injured him." Because he's kind of mad. He's kind of like, wait, what? Was this serious?
I didn't know what just happened to me. I was in shock, literally.
He was questioning if it even just happened. And then
I
Zane was like, are you serious?
Was that real? And Heath was like, I don't know. You want to find out? And then the guy immediately starts going up to me. So like in this moment, I'm panicking because
they didn't know like the severity of what just happened.
Yeah.
So he goes up to Zane, and Zane goes, "Oh no!" And Zane's backing up, and he goes behind Zane, up his ass, and tases him. And Zane's still going no. Zane tries to run around him, and he does it again and Zane collapses to the ground.
He like shocked him into the ground.
Look,
Zane
I got war wounds. Look, I collapsed right to the ground. Right.
It's underground, so it's concrete. The only thing I hear is the taser and Zane's bones hitting the concrete. And I was like, and he got right up and he was like, if this is what we signed up for,
Matt,
I'm not doing it.
So wait,
I was furious. We didn't even sign the waivers yet.
So then when we were done, so we knew when we went to the front desk and got the rundown, there is a piece of paper that says you could pay $7 to get this red pendant. It's basically like a glow stick around your neck. If an actor sees you with that on, you're immune to anything to do with bugs and electrical shocks. But at the bottom in fine print, it says 93% effective. So like as soon as Zane collapsed to the ground, we all beelined and paid $7 for the pendant. I think our adrenaline was just like, what do we do? Like I'm not
because we didn't want to get tased again.
Yeah.
Like in that moment.
We got the pendants on. We're all kind of standing there. I see their faces and they're done.
We're literally just like.
They go, hey, if you guys want to use the bathroom before you start, you have 10 minutes. We're like, perfect. We go use the bathroom and we dipped. Irish goodbye.
Did Remy and Alicia do it?
No.
Remy didn't do it at all. Alicia was with us.
Alicia already didn't want to. And then when that happened, she was like quiet. Like she was just like, this is like way too much.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And and it's crazy because I was so excited for everyone to do this because like I set it up. Everybody was like kind of nervous for this. And I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. I'm not saying mercy. I'm good, baby. This is going to be so much fun. You can say mercy
if you want and sit it out, but just know I'm doing every room and I'm getting through this. But if you want to sit it out, go ahead.
We were hype.
4 minutes later, bye.
and I was the first one to call it out.
Zane was just like, if this is it, no, I'm not doing it.
We're not doing this.
The thing is,
there's no way.
a difference. Like they called it an immersive. What did they call it? Was it a haunted house?
It was a haunted experience.
An immersive. So
yeah.
I'm thinking they can grab you.
I thought we were just going to put our hands blindfolded in some cold noodles and be like
peeled grapes.
Yeah.
Eyeballs.
Pistachio shells. Fingernails.
Look, I was aware that there's going to be like some out of the box stuff, right? But just knowing that Heath and I were so intensely tased in our asshole before we even signed the waiver, in my head I was like, who knows what's gonna happen in these 17 rooms that we have to walk through. And I was like, if this happened already, then we can't do it.
Had you talked to anybody personally that you knew who had done 17th Door? Oh, no. I got invited to do it with Gray's World. Do you know Gray's World on TikTok?
No.
Oh, he's so funny. He invited me to go do it. I think it was last year, but we had just got married, and I'm like, I can't make you do a haunted house, but I always regret not going. But he goes every year.
It's okay, you didn't miss.
There were people in line that we talked to. There was people that we were passing that like just got out of it. They're like, yeah, we've done it.
People walking out with crutches. It's a great time. Missing teeth, like on a stretcher, like with a whole IV.
The 17th assault.
Yeah, they were just like, we've done it before. Like it's just like little torture rooms.
I don't know what's worse, or like. Not getting to complete the haunted house, or just having to drive back all the way from Bueno Park.
Yeah.
Like,
we didn't know what was worse either. Driving all the way out there just to be there for 10 minutes.
I just hate going all the way to Bueno Park and then driving all the way back.
The thing is that I personally don't think that they're going to every single person that's about to sign a waiver and shoving a taser up their ass and lighting them on fire. I personally don't think they are.
It's the position of where the taser went was the issue. They were like, maybe if he chose my arm, I understand if you're trying to avoid the chest area, like the heart, but like there's other options. And then I looked up videos. Of course, I did like my TikTok research because I didn't want to look up videos and know what to expect. I kind of wanted to be a surprise. Yeah. So then I was looking it up and I'm like, this is horrible. There was another guy who got tased in the ass, but the actor was holding him, like cradling him in a vulnerable position, and it's right on TikTok.
Do you think like after you left, they were like, "Hey Zach, easy with the taser"?
They did. They did.
Yeah.
But did you? I guess you guys were invited to go, so you didn't have to.
No, we weren't invited. I reached out.
Okay.
Yeah,
but it was a free experience for y'all, but y'all didn't do it. Like,
yes.
Do you think though, in that moment, if you had paid for it and you got the tase and you're like, I don't want to do this, they're like, sorry, you already paid. Bye.
Yeah. For sure. I think
because we paid for the mercy pendants immediately after getting tased.
Yeah, and then we left like 5 minutes later after buying the mercy pendants.
We still have our contracts because we never handed them in.
Right, I forgot to take mine. Mine's right with them.
I kind of want to go. But I'll just wear like padded, like shock-free underwear.
If you're gonna go, definitely don't like film it. I think us having that camera,
I think they tried to hype it.
They tried to like make it more intense, which is not what we wanted.
This is the pendant.
That's how I was expecting a big ass glow stick.
Yeah, same. I'm like, how is the actor gonna see this? James Charles did it. He did the whole thing. So I don't know.
Well, with his Brazilian butt lift, he can't feel a thing.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, SeatGeek.
You guys have used our code so much that SeatGeek wanted to hook you up with a new special offer.
And everyone can now use our new code UNFILTERED2024 for 10% off any tickets on SeatGeek, whether you're a new customer or not.
Football, basketball, and hockey are all here. Plus, with so many artists like Billie Eilish, Charlie XCX, Sabrina Carpenter, and Post Malone are on tour, and you already know that SeatGeek is the best place to get those tickets.
And the best part of all is, again, no matter how many times you've bought tickets using SeatGeek before, Unfiltered 2024 is going to get you 10% off your next order.
So whatever you're doing right now, if you guys are trying to go to a concert, take out your phone, open the SeatGeek app, and add code UNFILTERED2024 to your account. What are you waiting for? Do it now because this offer is only available for a limited time.
And one more time so you don't forget, make sure to use code UNFILTERED2024 for 10% off your next SeatGeek order. SeatGeek, thank you so much for sponsoring this podcast. We love you.
Tonight, you are going to a more mild on an house. Y'all got to keep...
But Heath and I just had this sense of like, we felt like we...
Could handle it?
I don't know what it was because we know everybody does it. We've seen all these influencers do it. I don't know. Like, was that something that everybody gets? Is a taser up the butt?
I think it was just like...
I think it made you more uncomfortable than anything. Yeah. It wasn't like you were scared. It was...
I told her, I was like, I just got tased in my butt, right? If we go in and do this, like... it's not that a taser is like the most...
we've been
tased
like, before.
It does, like, it shocks you, like, you feel it. It doesn't feel good. But like being in my butt was obviously very like violating. Yeah. And I was like, if I see that guy in there again with a taser coming at me, I physically won't just stand there and take it, right? Like, I don't want that feeling again. So if he was to come after me, I am going to...
Could you say the mercy thing?
Or? Defend myself. I would be like, no. Like, I'm not going to let you do that.
Matt, in that moment, I didn't even... Like, my brain was telling me that my mercy is not going to mean anything in that place. Like, after that happened... I was like, I just don't think they're going to really listen to us. That's why I was truly scared. For me, it wasn't really the up the butt thing. It was crazy, but like for me, it wasn't that. It was how long he had that taser in my like.
That was your 17th reason.
That was my 17th reason. For me, it was how long he had it on my body, and that's what like really. We're actually going to be tortured in this thing. I'd rather not. And I don't know like what they're going to do to like Mariah and Alicia. Like what if they're getting fucking not
was Cal at least like I don't know.
No, I think
the thing is they let Cal while we walked away to think about if we wanted to do it. They had Cal do a walkthrough of each room so he knew what we were going to go through. So he came out and I think the actor kind of knew he messed up a little because then he snapped out of character and was talking to Cal and he was like, I hope like that was okay. I just saw you guys were filming and just wanted to like amp it up. And he was like, I think they'll be all right.
Apparently he got my contact over there told me that they scolded him, but I think when you see people walk away from something that was like they're really excited to do, you kind of have a second thought, you're like, hey, maybe that was a little too far.
Yeah.
He just read the room wrong. I think he just saw two dudes that were like filming and thought it would be funny to do that.
Ooh.
Like I would I would let Heath taser me as a joke. I'd be like a little like
consensual.
But like it just came out of nowhere. It came out of left field.
Or at least give me like a clear like starting now. Okay, be on alert. But like it was like, hey guys, welcome. Go over there and just sign the waivers.
It was strange that you were like, they didn't check if you signed it.
Yeah, no, they did not make sure.
It's like you were reading electrical shocks. Maybe
your signature is like just H.
Anyways, so we did not do it. But if you want to do it, and if you're into that type of torture stuff, I'm sure you will love it. It seems fun. If you're into that, I'm good.
I'm down for that as a fun experience, kind of like what I thought we were gonna do. But when like you're like actually genuinely hurting.
How long would the entire experience have been?
Would have been 33 minutes.
Oh, that's it.
I don't know, man. We were only in there for 5 minutes, and it felt like we were in there for an hour and a half after. So I don't know. I just felt like it would have felt like forever. I get it, and like I feel like I feel like when we're telling this story, I could see somebody else kind of like, oh, they're over exaggerating. But man, I wish you could feel what it felt like when he put that taser in our butt and just like pressed fucking on for that. Like it was crazy. It was just concerning. We just didn't know. But yeah, this is the spooky season. This is what it's all about.
That's right.
I did something spooky yesterday.
What'd you do?
Something spooky yesterday.
I went to
your hair, the white streaks.
I didn't realize it was spooky until Heath was like, "This looks sketchy. Why did you do that?" The burger that I got the other day.
Oh yeah,
that was a spooky burger.
I was going to dance class and I was there early and I'm like, let me walk around. I was on Melrose and I was like, let's go get food. Me and my friend. So we were walking and there's this place on Melrose called No Moo.
Yeah.
And they shut down.
It's like a dairy-free milkshake.
Ew.
Well, No Moo.
It's
also,
so
it's
good.
It's like a vegan. Yeah,
it's vegan burgers.
The first time,
because it's no moo, no cow. Like
right. So No Moo shut down, and I walked past it yesterday, and one of their back windows, they had stickers of the SpongeBob.
Oh yes,
Krabby Patty. And I didn't put two and two together, but I was showing Heath pictures and I was like, I ordered it through this random window. And he's looking at the pictures and he was like, why does it not even say like Wendy's? Like, didn't say Wendy's anywhere. It was just, we have the SpongeBob Krabby Patty here. I was like, let's just try it. So we go to the window and we were, this was before class. So we were just going to get French fries and a drink because I didn't want something heavy. And I was like, hey, can I do French fries? They go, we only give you the entire meal, like the box. I'm like, all right, I'll take a bite of the burger.
Oh, so you have to get like the whole thing as a combo?
The whole thing, yeah. It basically looks like a Happy Meal. And I got it through the window, and we just sat outside this like vacant restaurant.
It's like closed down. Like it's just a random window in this
It's like they just put
building.
up random signs that said, we have the Krabby Patty here. And like the girl working the window, there was no one was in a uniform. It was just like people my age just running it. It felt like I went to like a ghost kitchen or something.
She was like, it was the best burger,
and
though.
I tried it, and it was the best burger I've ever had. But then I told Heath about it.
Pull up the picture, because I'm looking at the picture, and I'm like, where's the Wendy's? Like, where's the collaboration thing? And then it says like some other like name on it, and I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't have anything to do with like the Krabby Patty thing that's going on right now.
Or Wendy or any fast food chain.
Crusty crab, but with like a C.
with a C.
Like Krabby Patty. It's like a dupe off of like
it's the Krabby Patty that like gets like tainted.
Yeah.
In the show where it's like got like the bugs and the hair and stuff in it.
Meanwhile, I'm excited. I feel like I found like a little like a secret. Like top 10 secret spots in LA. Like,
so you don't have the name of this place.
That's all they had up.
Oh, so it's called Marathon Burger.
The building was just this.
Maybe this is like.
Can I see the building? Oh my God! It's just someone's apartment. They just built a window in there.
So this building on the other side is just vacant. It's all boarded up. There's no sign.
They use the kitchen from Nobu Burger for this. Yes. Like this is their pickup window.
Wait,
so they're probably
Nobu Burger.
No Moo. What did I say?
It's Nobu.
Oh, I said Nobu.
Damn. Okay, so there is. So, Mariah, this does make me believe it really is like a ghost kitchen you can order from Postmates because they have that shit everywhere.
And it says Nickelodeon on it, so it's definitely like part of the franchise. I think, this is like a ghost burger, ghost kitchen collab with it.
You know the place I love to eat at, Goop?
Yeah.
Goop is a ghost kitchen. You can't go and like
really
visit.
Goop.
Yeah.
Like
Goop.
Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop?
I don't know.
They have like
she has a restaurant called Goop? There's a place out here called Goop Kitchen that's amazing.
It's just Goop. It's not the skincare brand.
GOOP?
Yeah, that's the name of the restaurant.
Oh.
And it's like Asian fusion or something like that.
Yeah.
It's
amazing.
Also like Mediterranean.
And Mediterranean. Yeah, I ordered that like 3 times a week. It's so good.
It is Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh. So yeah, it is. It is. So she has a skincare brand and a little ghost kitchen too.
What's really cool, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but on like DoorDash, Postmates, they have meals that you can buy from local chefs, and they're like $10, and they're full blown like meals, but it's people cooking out of their own home now.
Wait, on Postmates?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can now cook from your own home and sell that food on,
but it's way cheaper than like restaurants.
I'm surprised that's all. Do you have to be
I'm sure you have to be like approved.
Someone has to come in and make sure your whole kitchen's sanitary, and you have to pass codes and stuff.
But there's
and all
like
of that.
so many different types of meals. They come in like these little like kind of lunch box looking section divider things, and
it's kind of like have you guys heard of Ready Fit Go?
No.
Okay, so it's like a kind of franchise place. I think they have 3 in LA, and it's like a meal prep place. Cool. You walk in, they'll have different foods all like stacked up in like Tupperware boxes, but it's like homemade meals that are in there, and you go pick it up. It's perfect for people like that are trying to cut, like, are on a diet or want to eat healthier, and it tastes really good. It's right across the Zila. But Ilya loves it. They eat there every day. But they have it all over LA. Is that what you're talking about though? Like a place kind of like that, or is it out of their home?
Individual people like all over the city that are just sending meals out from their own kitchen.
Yeah,
it's not an actual restaurant.
I start doing that. It's just dry ass. No, it's just dry ass chicken that I'm making for people. Mariah, it's mac and cheese from Kraft and just like a dry piece of chicken.
I bet people would pay for that if they didn't feel like making
the Zane Spooktacular.
Sandwiches taste better when other people make them.
They do.
100%.
It could be like just a cold cut sandwich. It can be a peanut butter jelly sandwich. It's so much better when someone else's hands make it.
Right? Should we test it out and you make one and I make one and see if you like
my peanut butter and jelly sandwich is so good.
They smack.
What do you put in it? That's
peanut butter,
jelly, bread.
But do you like butter the toast bread. And then like get that going?
I was just
like
gonna say that.
Basic peanut butter jelly sandwich.
Toast it.
That sounds good though, to like butter it.
The game changer for peanut butter and jelly though, you do peanut butter jelly and then in the middle put Ruffles.
Oh,
yeah, like
I can see that being good.
It is the most
little bit of extra salt,
a little crunch as you bite through it. Oh my gosh, it's the best.
Why do I think what would taste really good is if you crumble like a bunch of pretzels in the middle
that
of
could
it
be good too. Yeah,
pretzels. Yeah,
I used to crumble pretzels on my ice cream.
Pretzels, I think, are a little too hard. Like I would choke on it. Like I need to have full awareness of a pretzel in my mouth and know where it's going and then digesting it. If I like bit it and I never got around to that pretzel bit and then it went down my throat.
No. So you wouldn't break it apart like in pieces like this. You would like it's like blended. It's very small pieces, like almost like a crunch.
Okay.
You know how like peanuts?
Yes.
It's like fine peanuts, like chips that you'd like sprinkle.
As I've gotten older, I have started liking the crunchy peanut butter though.
Oh, I
do love crunchy peanut butter, but I don't like it because I put peanut butter in my smoothies. I don't want to deal with the crunch peanut butter, getting that like off and shit.
Mariah, can you one time make us a homemade Crustable?
Oh, like an Uncrustable?
Oh, Uncrustable.
Yeah, I think I said this 100 times, but my We wanted Uncrustables so bad growing up, and we never, ever were allowed to have it.
Line.
They're
So
expensive.
Instead, for Christmas, my mom got us our own Uncrustables press that like takes the crust off, but it has the little design. It's such
I want an Uncrustable XL. They're too small.
Yes,
They're
I
too
agree.
Small.
They need
just
to be
make
this
the
big.
Slices bigger. And just get a big boy.
This big.
Uncrustable. I need that because it's too small. There's not enough in the damn package. You're fighting over who's going to have the less.
Exactly.
Something you can share too. You could cut it in half.
Mariah, my mom would never buy me something like that.
I just didn't eat the crust.
It
I would
just didn't
eat
taste
up to the
good.
border and then ditch the crust. And
I'd be like, no, Mom, eat the crust. Like, after I cut it, eat the crust, Mom. See if you enjoy it.
Yeah.
I will say, shout out to the parents out there that would eat the ends of the loaf and give you the inner pieces. Like my dad would always give me like the good slice, and then he would just have the ends that are like super thin.
I would never.
This is
Where
like
the
a
whole
Kraft-
thing is
I would
crust.
never for my kids.
This is a Kraft Singles commercial we have right here, folks. This is like, we got to pitch this to Don Draper.
Did you guys see the kid on TikTok that posted about how he went to Paris and he got like crepes, like from like a little kiosk thing. You know how like those vendors in the middle of, and it's by like the Eiffel Tower. So he's like, oh, you know what? I'm hungry for a crepe. So he orders a crepe and he's sitting there and he's eating the crepe. He's saying, yum, it's delicious. And all of a sudden, as he's like finishing it, he sees the guy taking 2 bags. This was like towards the end of the shift, end of closing. This guy has 2 big bags of like, one is filled with fruits and one is filled with like just crepe like flour, whatever it is. And he's watching him and he sees him go to like a sewer line and puts it in the sewer, like underground in the sewer. And he finds out that that's where these vendors store their food is underground in the sewers.
What?
So they don't bring it, back
way.
home.
Oh,
But it's like a known thing. It's disgusting.
Oh, yeah. They got to crack out on that.
It doesn't matter how, like, I don't care. Like, imagine just shit all around the bag and you're pulling it out. Like, there's going to be remnants of shit just going on the food when you pull it out.
Oh, I'm so hungry and that just like ruined.
So gross.
Damn. Nasty.
He couldn't believe, he was in shock. He finished the crepe and just sees this.
That's why I don't trust like any touristy kind of like food kiosk. Like,
just like
if
in the
you're
middle.
Even something, you're right under the Eiffel Tower and someone's trying to sell you something. I'm not getting it.
Mariah would be like, well, it tasted good.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, HelloFresh.
If you live under a rock and you don't know what HelloFresh is, HelloFresh is a food delivery service where you get farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit.
Exactly. So make this fall the tastiest season yet with farm fresh produce and easy autumn-inspired recipes, all delivered right to your door with HelloFresh.
Exactly. Whip up those tasty restaurant-style meals in your own kitchen without the high price tag of takeout, because we know that gets expensive. And, you know, HelloFresh has a ton of options for whatever you're craving. Choose from a changing menu of over 50 recipes each week, plus take your pick from over 100 market add-on items like desserts, breakfast, and snacks.
And you can choose meals that match you and your family's lifestyle with preferences like fit and wholesome, quick and easy, or vegetarian. You'll always find something you love from HelloFresh.
I've eaten HelloFresh. I have tons of friends and family that also have HelloFresh. We know Heath's mom still has HelloFresh. She's been a customer for the past 3 years already. She loves it.
Loves it.
And you know, if Mama Husar loves HelloFresh, that means you should too.
And my favorite part about HelloFresh is the fact that you get to change up the recipes. You're eating something new every single week. You're trying things you've never cooked before, things you didn't even know you had the ability to make. And it looks exactly like the picture. And it gives you a sense of accomplishment. You feel really good and you're eating really well at the same time.
And not only that, you're getting exactly the ingredients that you need in every single box, right? You're not going to have all these wasteful items. We're always tossing stuff out when we're going grocery shopping. We're not using half of the things that we buy. So it's good that you're getting exactly what you get. And you're actually, you know, I just like not tossing food out in the trash. I don't like wasting.
So if you want to try it out and get 10 free meals, all you have to do is go to HelloFresh.com/freeunfiltered, and it's applied across 7 boxes, new subscribers only, and varies by plan.
Exactly. That's 10 free HelloFresh meals just by going to HelloFresh.com/freeunfiltered.
Thank you so much, HelloFresh, for sponsoring this podcast and being America's #1 meal kit. We love you.
I went to F1 this past weekend.
Oh, I was going to ask, how was
that?
Wild. Well, I think it was like my first like true car race. I went to like car races as a kid, but
have you been to like a NASCAR?
When I was a kid, I went to something in Dallas, but I was 5 years old and do not remember.
Yeah.
So this was my first Formula One event. It's the U.S. Grand Prix down at COTA Circuit of a Track of Americas or whatever it's called. And it's quite like it's a big daily event. Like there's something on Friday, something on Saturday, and the big races on Sunday. We didn't go to the first 2 events.
Was Eminem there?
Eminem performed.
No way.
Oh my gosh,
Sting
that's
performed.
Badass. That's
Eminem
really cool.
performed. Who else?
I feel like Eminem hasn't performed in years.
No, he actually just performed at the
He's
VMAs.
back.
Oh, really?
He's a grandpa.
He's a grandpa.
Grandpa Eminem.
Good for him.
Wow.
The vibrations
Of the car.
What I've noticed at these races, that the few that I've been to, nobody really watches until like the very last lap. And not only that, it's weird. They like peel for like any accidents. When an accident happens, then everyone's like,
it's sad. It's
like a thing that people want to see is like accidents.
But it goes by so fast.
Yes.
Not just the cars in the moment going zoom, but the race itself, it's 56 laps. I grew up with like Indy 500, and I don't know if timing wise on an Indy 500 lap, if it's the same time, but I thought it would be, it went by so fast.
Yeah.
So we got to go to the paddock. We were in the Aston Martin Aramco suite. So we were with like, I'm eating like lobster.
Or the Oviers, drinking a little
truffle
cocktail.
ravioli. They're like, they having the truffle on the shredder.
Sometimes it's nice to be treated like a king.
Oh, yeah, we're getting like custom cowboy hats. It was nice. And there were celebrities walking around, but you know what?
Who'd you see?
Gordon Ramsay.
Oh, yes.
He just amazing shape. Let's get to the race.
Is he judging all the food that he's eating? Does he eat something that's just like
he wasn't in my suite, but he was walking around the paddock. The paddock is like where the fancy people are in all of the team's suites.
Did he look approachable?
I don't know what dude, if it was his friend or his like bodyguard next to him, but Gordon Ramsay is in amazing shape.
Man.
It looks like he could kick your fucking ass, and his friend looked like he could kick your ass as well. And they were just walking with a purpose. So
love that.
They should do a fight between Gordon Ramsay and Chef Irvine.
Chef Boyardee.
I don't know Chef Irvine.
He's built, dude. He used to have a bunch of shows on like Food Network. Robert Irvine, Bubba, pull him up. He is massive. He looks like he could have been like a WWE like wrestler.
We got to go backstage, like, or in the garages where we weren't even allowed.
Oh wow!
Shit.
Oh, he's jacked.
He actually made his own like fitness like protein bars too. He's an insane
Robert
chef.
Irvine.
What are the protein bars he makes?
Fit Crunch. That's it.
Oh my God! They're in like every gas station.
But yeah, it felt like though the Hunger Games. I mean, we were with the rich of the rich, like down
in
to
the paddocks. They got crazy people
with crazy money, people from all over the world, and when we went down to the garage and we got to get like the private tour and go up and see the cars, we weren't even allowed to film because like the technology they had around was so high tech. There's so much insane privacy between the teams.
Did they have robots as waiters?
No robots.
Would you
as
like
waiters.
another
Hussein,
Negroni?
it was like the Hunger Games. You would see these just executive businessmen that just look like, you know, the man who's trying to not age at all, who's doing that experiment. They all looked like that. It was just like,
well, they were just stressed because they probably had hundreds of thousands of dollars on drivers betting.
And it's what I thought it was so fascinating about the racing teams themselves. The team, just for this one racer or for your there's 2 racers usually per garage or racing team. Like if you're on the McLaren team, Ferrari, a team of 840 people. You know how many people talk to the driver? One guy.
Wow.
Because that's just like the
So
hierarchy of it.
yeah.
Because I was like, one of my questions to the guy was like, so who are you guys when the driver's here? Are y'all all telling him stuff? He goes, no. One person talks to the driver.
I could see that because the shit, like, I feel like there's so much going on. It'd confuse the driver. 2 different people are telling
You know how it's weird how we're getting older and like now when we even watch NFL sports games, the guys out on the field are our age now. Like the drivers are like 24, 23, making $12-20 million like every year.
Insane.
And they all have the most interesting stories. Like some of the drivers are like kids of like billionaires and they've just been around the sport. Some kids grew up in like tiny villages and just worked their way up all the way here.
Because this is an expensive sport, right? Like you need money to even get into like
Very
this.
expensive.
And I was in like just a fun, goofy mood during the tour, and I asked one of the guys who was explaining about the car and all the controls, and I said, "How hard is the the car to drive. Like, if I got in there, could I at least like kind of know what to do to make it move? And he goes, I want to be as polite as I can to respond to that question, but absolutely not. This is a Formula One vehicle. This is a race car. It's not like, I was like, okay, but
I would have walked away wanting to die.
But it was the most polite British thing.
I'd rather get tased.
Taste my ass. Taste my asshole.
But it was a good question, but because for everyone in the group, everyone was like, yeah, is it easy to drive? And he was just like, that's ridiculous. Like, do you understand what you're saying? What all these people around here are doing? Like,
they're also so powerful too. If you like hit the gas, you'll break the tires loose. So any turn, you have to be like,
yeah. And how many tires they go through? I mean, there were just like stacks and stacks of tires. I'm like, don't we have enough tires?
Matt, that exact situation, to go back to the question you asked, this is why I don't go up to like any celebrity or anybody and ask anything, because I just feel like anything I have to ask is just the stupidest question.
It's like, I'm not on a level enough to be able to ask.
I was just like, I'd rather save the embarrassment, because I know something like that, like reaction that would be my 17th reason. Yeah. It really would. I couldn't handle it.
I hung out with like a former soccer player through the entire day. He was like one of the influencers and creators, and it was really cool because even my brother was like, "You're with Clint Dempsey?" I mean, he's a soccer legend. I'm like, I'm kind of familiar with this guy, but I was asking him so many soccer questions.
Like, how round is the soccer ball that you guys play with?
I was like asking, do you have a soccer ball in your room? Are you like, like on your bed, just like juggling the ball? And he's like, no, I don't like carry a soccer ball with me.
He's like, no. He looks at his PR and he's just like,
get me out of here. But we were homies by the end of it. It was great. But my only thing, I really got addicted to definitely the sport, seeing the camaraderie and the teams and how much work goes into it. And that was really beautiful. Race experience, though, they go by so fast, and then you're having to look at a Mario Kart screen to see where they're at, and then that gets really exciting on who's passing who. You always feel so bad for the guy who's in last place. You're like,
it's just like watching a motocross tournament. I have no idea what the hell is going on there. Like,
you can lap other people, and you don't know who is like completed more laps.
I can't even keep my eye on a certain rider, because I'll keep my eyes like, okay, I found it, and I'll keep my eye on, and then all of a sudden he's gone.
Yeah, it's like watching.
And he ends up over there.
Someone with cups like moving a ball around.
Yeah,
also
it's
too
wild.
For like the Indy 500.
Yes.
So it's not 500 laps.
Is it not?
It's not. So Indy 500 is like 200 laps.
Right.
It's so the number is how many miles. So it's Indy 500 miles.
My mom's from Indiana. I feel I'm a dummy.
Yeah, so
it's all right. You don't know. Hey, you just went to your first F1 race. How would you know?
Indy 500 is 200 laps around a 2.5 mile oval.
Oh shit.
It's okay. You didn't know one thing.
My mom would be I watched the Indy 500 as a kid all the time.
So?
That's all right.
You know how many things I watched Halloween 10 times a Halloween. I don't know any character names except Michael Myers.
It's all right.
I thought you said Halloween Town, the movie.
No, Halloween. I only know Michael Myers.
I was going to be like, Marnie. I said it already.
That's true. You're good.
I get it.
You're good.
But it was insane and awesome.
Just make sure. Watch. I hope F1 doesn't see this. That's kind of embarrassing.
I think they'll be fine. I understood what was going on at F1. I just feel bad.
Who ended up winning?
Charles Leclerc. Ferrari. Ferrari first and second. Is it Leclerc? It looks like Leclerc, but it's, I think, Leclerc because he's...
Wow, 27, huh?
I'm like, he's a handsome devil.
31.
And...
31.
Before we continue, we want to give a big thank you to our next sponsor of this podcast, Brooks.
Guys, our friends over at Brooks Running sent us their new Glycerin Maxes, and let me tell you, these are the most comfortable shoes I have ever had the pleasure of running in.
That's right, and if you're a runner, or if you're not a runner, you just like going to the gym, or if you just love maximum comfort for your feet, land with maximum softness and spring forward with ultimate ease, these things are unbelievable.
They are also DNA tuned, the next generation of nitrogen-infused foaming created with a tuned dual-cell technique. The heel features large cells for plush landings, while the forefoot features small cells for responsive toe-offs.
And their cutting-edge foam reduces added layers and processes for a seamlessly tuned experience.
And their expertly crafted glide roll rocker features a dramatically sculpted bevel and toe spring geometries for an optimal and effortless heel-to-toe transition.
I personally love the confidence that these give me in the gym. I used to hate running. It was banging my knees every time I tried, and it just felt super uncomfortable, and it prevented prevented me from enjoying my workouts and getting a good run like we all want. But these things help you keep going. They're unbelievable. And also they give you a little extra added height, makes you feel good. I genuinely love these shoes so much.
So if you want to run like a freaking rock star, head over to brooksrunning.com and check out the Glycerin Maxes. They're now available on brooksrunning.com.
Again, make sure to get yourself a pair of Glycerin Max. They're available now, brooksrunning.com. Go check them out. You're going to love them.
Thank you, Brooks Running, for sponsoring today's episode. We love you.
But yeah, it was a really fun weekend doing that. And UT lost.
Oh, no.
Did you go to a UT game?
Tickets kept getting more expensive. And, you know, we're having a couple cocktails. We're drinking at the tailgates. And Patricia's like, let's just do it. Let's buy it. And nothing was wrong with my credit card, but just apparently when something is getting so close to a sporting event, it just like, the app keeps like failing, and I was like, "This is a sign. I'm not going to buy the tickets."
What app is failing? Like your bank?
Ticketmaster. The bank.
Oh, that's why you got to use SeatGeek, baby.
Yes.
Apparently, when you're less than 1 hour to a sporting event, for some reason, tickets will like lock in and can't happen. So we didn't go, and the team ended up losing. Are you guys believers in the butterfly effect?
Like the movie?
Explain the butterfly effect.
Butterfly effect essentially means like one butterfly flaps its wings, and just that small of a movement can cause a chain reaction of events that make something happen.
Yes, I do.
We left and they lost, I believe, like 30-15. I think that was the final score.
Is this similar to like the domino effect?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like everything has its reaction from a small is down to like a butterfly flapping their wings.
If you never went to a party or something, maybe you never introduced these people, and then this whole reality would have never happened if it wasn't for you there.
Right.
But saying
kind of like Jessica Carbo and introducing you and Heath. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Saying the flap of a butterfly's wings could cause a chain reaction, or one rain droplet can cause a.
And do you think it's only minor events, or like it has to be kind of in some way major, where it like affects the whole world?
So that's what I was thinking when I was like watching the team lose, and I was like, damn, I'm so happy I didn't go to the game. But then I'm like, what if I did buy the ticket and I actually was there? If I could go back in the time machine, would my presence there?
Yes, they would have won because you were watching.
To me, that's not major enough. That's not like it's not. There's no way.
Okay,
that's what every single sports fan thinks, that their little routine that they do at home in their fucking living room on the couch. I didn't crack my beer a certain way, and I ate my hot dog before my beer, and they always win when I eat it after. I messed up. I'm so sorry.
It's too far apart from the situation, but like something at the game.
Zero effect.
Something has to happen at the game, right? Maybe something on the field at a football game. If the coach never said to do this play instead of this play, I think that close, I think can really change entire.
If you did have the time machine and it went back and suddenly it did happen, it would completely confirm.
You know what that is?
Effect.
That's faith, baby. That's what's that word? When you're like something's gonna happen, but you have to tell yourself it's gonna happen.
A manifestation.
Yeah, the law of attraction.
Yeah,
100%. Do you have any like weird good luck charms? Is there anything that you have in your life that you do think is a good luck charm?
That's a great question. I don't think
I'm a
I
knock
have
on
anything.
wood, knock on glass kind of a person. I do that. And when I go under a yellow light, I hit the roof every time. Those are my only like superstitions.
I think I can't answer for me, but maybe somebody else knows my good luck charm. Something that I always just
You don't have like a ritual or anything like that. For anything specific, a lot of people have those things where.
Oh, you're saying like a ritual that I do that brings me luck.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you're saying just something that happens to you that's works every time. I thought that like in a sense
it's
of
just
luck.
Sometimes there's just practices that you have, and you just think I'd rather get good mojo and vibes from doing this activity, or. Is there like you have a lucky pair of underwear when there's like a big day? And
you want to know what my ritual is?
What is it?
God.
Praying to Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay. Amen.
That's who we put it into his hand.
Who was it? Michael Scott, who said like, I am not superstitious, but I am a little stitious.
So good.
That's a good line.
Oh my gosh.
Right. We need to figure out something for you with The Office in some way. You know how like I have Game of Thrones and I need
like how can I watch it even more?
No, not watch it even more. I think
like
you need
that.
to involve yourself in some way, kind of like what I did or like what I tried to do
for the reboot, like some sort of
an extra, like even if you like, just get an extra where you're somewhere where they're talking and you're in the back.
It's on 17th floor, but it's like under
17th cubicle.
Oh
Shredding paper.
We were making jokes on the way to the bathroom. We were saying like the 17th stall, like one stall you go in, you have to like dunk your head in the toilet and flush. The 17th.
So gross.
Because there's porta potties right outside. So like imagine it like started. There was
themed,
moments where we thought it started when we like walked in somewhere. We're like, wait, does it start now? We don't know where to go.
Oh God, something happened on my back.
Just now?
Like right here on my right side.
Do your stretchers, Matt. You have to do your stretchers. I'm telling you, it's very important.
I'm like, I can't tell if it's muscle or like my kidney.
No, it's. I mean, do you feel like the bottom of your back to your hip?
It's like right here.
That's exactly where I got sciatica. Was right there.
Maybe stand because that couch is not helping.
Me the rest of the podcast.
It's just his crotch.
Right, we find out these seats are actually causing us a lot of issues.
It definitely is because I am not a back issue person. It's only when I sit in this couch.
What about you? How do you feel on that seat?
Oh, my back hurts everywhere. Wherever I
Okay,
sit.
yeah, interesting.
Oh my gosh, I've just never.
Maybe we should go back to the yellow tables and computer chairs.
Did I tell y'all my old hoot and a half couch that that my really 90s like tacky looking one? I sold it to a guy on Facebook Marketplace, and I was asking him like, "Oh, it's a great couch, you know, super 90s." He goes, "Yeah, we're using it for a play." And I'm like, "No way! Like, what play?" He's like, "Oh, Tartuffe," which is like this. I think it's like Shakespearean play, but they were doing it, I think, in Topanga or somewhere. And it was in a play, so like I pulled up pictures, and it's like my couch, like in this play.
Oh, I honestly thought I wouldn't be surprised if you went to the actual play just for that hee haw of.
I just remember he told me, and then I knew a couple months passed, and I'm like, there has to be pictures of my couch, and it's just wild.
Oh, and you saw it. Oh, that's
on
funny.
Stage with a bunch of people.
I've been waiting to see our desk.
I know.
We sold a desk, and they said they were using it for a game show.
Oh.
For Universal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, how long ago was this?
This was
right when we were leaving the old house, so 6 months, 7 months
it
ago.
would have been out by now, no?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe they just filmed like a pilot, or
isn't there like what's the percentage of shows that like filmed and just never make it live?
Yeah,
isn't it like a giant percent?
Tons.
So crazy.
Tons. Pilot seasons, all of
Imagine filming a whole season of something and it's just
normally they would do a pilot, and if it gets
Matt,
picked
that's your
up,
couch.
Yeah, that is my couch. That's it.
Did you get goosebumps when you saw it?
No. I think it was just like.
Is it because you got it from somewhere else? It wasn't like yours for years.
I'm just glad knowing it went to like the arts, just to support local theater.
That's funny.
Oh, did you see Walmart got in trouble for selling this sweater on their website? Search what Walmart Let It Snow sweater. This happened, I think, in maybe Walmart Canada. But you know how Walmart online has just the weirdest shit listed?
They have a lot of stuff that you wouldn't think Walmart would have.
Yeah, they sold this Let It Snow sweater.
There's no way this is real.
No.
There's no way he's
this
doing a lie.
It was in Walmart.
It was not in Walmart, but it was listed on Walmart online.
Got it. Okay,
that's a really good Spencer's sweater, though.
Yes, that 100%. That would be in Spencer's now, right? Or is that too risque?
Dude,
and
he even has a straw
in his hand.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't even realize the straw.
Yeah, for the people listening, it is just this like 2-dimensional snowman sitting at a table with a ball of cocaine and lines.
Look how dilated his pupils are.
Yeah, and it's like obviously it's like Christmas themed, so the pile is like a bunch of little snowballs and then the lines of snow. But
that's really funny.
That's so funny. How the hell? Like, there's got to be like approvals before something goes live on the site, right? Like, who the hell pushed that through?
That's crazy.
It had to have been like somebody that was like getting fired.
I think they bought like, a store just to link their products onto their marketplace, and they bought a batch of stuff and did not fully look into it, and then that just like got linked to the store.
Just slipped right through.
Let it snow.
And it's funny because it's so clearly that. Like, there would be no way for them to try to explain. No. It's, there's a...
Yeah, no, there's just no way around it.
It's just, he's doing pixie sticks.
Imagine some TikToker gets like a Walmart deal and they're just like, hey, just pick any clothes from the site and then... and just like kind of promote it. You creative is on you. You post whenever you want.
This was part of it. This is your brand.
Love this Christmas sweater.
Yeah. Oh, so you don't want me to post it? Pay me still.
They should make one where it's Kim Kardashian and she's putting new marble over her counter.
Yeah.
From like
right. That whole lore.
I remember seeing that.
Yeah.
Did you also see this whole like dash cam scam that happened like in Queens, New York?
Yes.
It makes me want to get a dash cam so
Me
bad.
too.
I think that's a great promo for getting a dash
For
cam.
the people listening who don't know the full story, this happened in Queens, New York. A woman had a dash cam and basically got scammed by some insurance fraudsters who pulled like into her lane.
Try to cut him off.
And then they realized she didn't hit them. So the car decides to go in full reverse, smashes into the back of her car. And then what's even weirder, they had like clearly a trash bag on the back windshield.
Yeah.
And you can tell they switched drivers. Yes. And then they all get out, take photos of the whole situation, and then even like one of the passengers walks up.
They're
and
like holding their neck.
They're holding their
neck,
and
they look and he sees the dash cam and he's like, "Oh shoot!" and like turns away.
And you can see him his like mouthing say like they got a dash cam.
Yeah.
So what was the whole thing with the switching drivers?
So I think just basically the guy was the one who was originally driving and had probably the guts to be like, fuck it, boom, and then switch the driver, make it seem like the older lady was the one who was driving. And then there's also
he probably has like a few
the yellow jackets, so they look similar, and you
to confuse who else is who.
Interesting,
but
people do this all the time, though.
Especially in big urban areas because it's so many accidents happen there. People are going to have less speculation and look into the details on exactly how an accident happens.
And so many people don't have dash cams.
Do you have a dash cam?
I do, but the thing is that Tesla's weird because it can turn off. You have to like always
click record.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, that's why like I want to get one, but I'm just like, do I have to like clear it every time? Do I have to click record every time?
I think certain ones have different memory where it'll record like the last like week, and then if you don't pull the footage, if nothing happens, it just deletes. And it'll just keep like going. A log of like the previous week.
So if something happens, you want to get that footage immediately, or it'll like delete.
Until you're in an accident, you're like,
and that's
like it's your fault in an accident. You're like,
that's exactly what happened. Remember when I like had a little panic attack, blacked out, and like ran into the guy.
Oh yeah,
I forgot to take the footage, and I think it like ended up deleting itself after like a couple days because I really wanted to see like the psycho I turned into for 2 seconds.
You know how like Ubers have like dash cams that face the passengers and stuff? Are you ever like gossiping, like talking shit, and you're like,
time.
Oh God, I trust this guy with this footage because he's just like has it. You're sitting there just like gossiping away, and you're like, well, but somebody has all of this.
Just a few days ago, I was with friends in the car, and I was dumb enough. Like, we were talking about shit, and we all look at the camera, and it's obviously recording. We're like, whew, imagine he just took that and uploaded it. Like, but it's so stupid just saying that out loud because the guy's just gonna be like,
maybe I should.
But you could.
It wasn't anything bad. It was just like gossiping.
Even if he did, you could completely identify the driver because that's all logged. You remember that ride? That's in your rider history.
Yeah,
so
but
you can identify who this man is, and then that has to be illegal.
They're allowed to post it though.
Are they?
Something doesn't have to happen for them to post. They can post
you're allowed
whatever.
to film whoever you want.
Yeah, it's your car. I could see if an Uber driver is like has a dash cam on like some like big celebrity and they're talking about shit that, and they post that would look really bad for Uber, where like no one's gonna like want to ride in an Uber.
I bet it's. Like, I don't know.
I think it's more like the person doesn't want to like get in trouble for posting something.
It's always just that moment of like, yeah. And then they fucking said, we'll talk later.
Oh, do you go that far? Just stop the conversation?
I don't know. Sometimes I'm just like, let's just keep this a little vague. Like,
yeah. The Uber driver does a TikTok where he's like, if you have a boyfriend who's going to Hawaii right now and and your girlfriend is in right now Texas on the way to
no.
Yeah, it's not. But I've also seen ones where people are like just like talking shit.
Oh yeah,
that is to me is like.
Who was the girl? There was some girl in New York who was saying that like some girl.
You have like bad friends.
Yeah, I've met that girl. Like the girl who was being talked badly about, and then all of New York was like, "We're gonna be your best friend."
You met? How'd you even know that was her? When
I
you
don't
met
know.
Her?
I can't even remember the girl's name, but we were in Manhattan and we were with some influencers, and she obviously got a big following from it.
Oh, from that video?
Yeah. Sorry if I can't remember your name. Maybe it's Abby. I think it was one night. We were.
That's crazy. She got a big following from that. That's so strange how people just like grow following.
Everyone
from,
like started inviting her to like everyone's parties, events, and stuff. Because
God, I needed that back in elementary school. See ya, suckers.
All right, guys. Well, that is it for our spooktacular Halloween episode. Everybody be safe out there. Call an Uber.
We just want to show a little appreciation to all of us, a little pat on the back for not bringing up any planes, any flying today.
Very good.
That was really cool.
We just did it by saying it.
We didn't, but we did talk about fecal matter
right there with the sewage stuff.
Yeah.
But
we should do little ticks. We should make a game out of it. Like how many times we can bring up something.
Zane and Heath unfiltered like bingo.
Ooh.
All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Also, make sure to check out our Patreon, patreon.com/Zane and Heath. We keep these cameras rolling so you get an extended cut of every single podcast episode. You also get early access to the episodes. You get to watch them a few days early. We also do a bonus episode every single month. We do a live Q&A every single month. It's a great time. And again, it's at patreon.com/Zane and Heath.
We upload these podcasts every Monday, audio form on all the podcast platforms, and every Tuesday, video form on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Zane and Heath, if you want to see our beautiful faces as we are chit-chatting.
All right, well, Unwinders, we'll see you in a second, and peace and blessings, y'all.
Bye.
Besos.